She's living rent free in my head.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Wire Sports Podcast season finale. It is Wednesday, November the 9th. We're putting season 8 to bed. We got all kinds of stuff to talk about. You know, it's time to talk college football hero of the week and all the NFL scores and more. The Wire Sports Podcast, it starts right now.
I'm going in, it's first and 10. I'm a legend boy, a champion. They can't match the flows, the X's and O's. I'm breaking the code, devastation about to unfold. They calling me Derek by the way I roll. Bet you never ever seen a pro this cold. I float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. I mix with I am Mike and the great Ali. I'm a run it back, believe me baby. I fathered the game, call me Daddy Brady. I'm like that, try be like this. Sammy Sosa, that boy don't miss. It's the return of the greatest. Any way you name it, I'm everybody's favorite. I'm bringing the pain and bringing the fire. Hey, stay tuned, it's going down to the wire.
Fellas, welcome. It's good to see you. Another finale, another season going into the books. How you guys doing?
I'm doing good, man. Trey got some internet connection wherever he is. This is like the highest definition I've seen Trey ever.
Trey in 4K.
Everybody got jokes.
I'm just saying, Trey in 4K right now.
Yeah.
What's up?
Looking good. All right, well, let's kick it off. Let's go ahead and dive right into our college hero of the week. This can be player, this can be coach, this can be team, however you want to do it, and whoever wants to start us off.
There's so much to choose from this week.
There is. You want to go first?
I'll go first.
All right.
College hero of the week is going to be Nick Saban for me. Just because he finally lost 2 games in the season, and we ain't going to have to deal with Alabama eating up a playoff spot again. It was Ohio State's turn last year. Now it's Alabama's turn. Thank you, Nick Saban, for sucking. Sometimes that's what you got to do when you're the hero. You got to do a whole lot of sucking. So thank you, Nick Saban. Thank you.
I'm so mad at Sahe, actually. I should have just went. He literally took what I was going to say, but the other direction. Because I was going to be like, I was going to hate like I always do, which is like now Ohio State fans have something to believe. So I can't go that route. All I'm just going to say is, you know what? In all seriousness, this is kind of like, I'm just going to say this. The whole Michigan State thing has been kind of crazy to me. I'm a little shocked at what happened there. And, Michigan is looking very formidable. Obviously, we got OSU and Michigan 2-3 in the standings, right? And we always joke, basically, except for like maybe 10 years ago, that they're the only 2 teams that's been worth a damn recently. So, unfortunately, that's always been the problem with the Big Ten. But, hey, man, Michigan, Ohio State, that looks like it's going to be a really, really good game. And so kudos to Ohio State and Michigan for, holding it down, being 9-0. And I'm not an Ohio State fan by any means, but I'm very much looking forward to seeing that game because this is like the first time in a long time where they're both like top 3. I never thought I'd see the day they're top 3, but like Nick Saban just lost. So we still know Georgia's number 1, but top 3, Ohio State and Michigan. That's crazy. So kudos to both of them. I hope they win out. I want to see like a undefeated head-to-head. I think that'd be super cool.
The game is going to be quite the game. I cannot wait to just be puking for 2.5 hours from the tension. Trey, your college hero of the week.
I was going to say Georgia because they beat Tennessee. Everybody was talking really good, high on Tennessee, and I was trying to figure out why, honestly, because it's Tennessee. But I'm going to go with SMU's quarterback, Tanner Mordecai. My man threw for 9 touchdowns and then ran one in for a total of 10 touchdowns. 10 touchdowns my guy was a part of. He threw for 9, he ran one in. Tanner Mordecai, SMU.
I've never done that in Madden. How did you do that in the game? I'm confused.
Right, that's real tough to do.
Yeah.
Holy. The most I got was 8 touchdowns in Madden. That's crazy.
Yeah, he broke the record. The record is 9 touchdowns. He did it against Houston this past weekend. So shouts out to Tanner Mordecai.
Shout out. That's the real college hero right there. Holy
I'm
cow.
playing Madden as soon as we get off the air. I gotta figure out if I can do this.
You can. You got to put that on.
Yeah. I always play on easy. What are we talking about here?
You got to put that 15-minute quarters easy.
15-minute quarters.
That's the only way.
All right, I'm gonna stick with my trend. No, I'm just kidding. Jaden Daniels, the quarterback at LSU, had a fantastic day, and I think without his performance, that win wasn't possible. He, as far as quarterback, 22 for 32, 182 yards and 2 touchdowns, but he also had 18 carries for 95 yards and a touchdown. Fantastic performance and way to put Alabama out of contention. That's my hero of the week. And shouts out to my guy that I'm not trying to jinx. All right, so moving on over to the NFL. What a crazy week. We're going to kick things off with our pass play or one shot. The first game, the Eagles and the Texans. This was on Thursday. Eagles walked away 29-17. You guys want to pass play or one shot that?
I mean, quite frankly, I'll even pass that. There's not much to discuss from my perspective, but whatever.
Yeah, we can pass.
You can pass that.
All right, passing the first game. This has not happened all season, I don't think.
Well, I mean, the Eagles and the one's amazing, one sucks. What else to say?
The Colts and the Patriots. Patriots got this one 26-3. You guys want that one, or do you want to pass it, or would you like to one shot?
One shot is fine.
I agree with that.
I agree to one shot or to pass it. It's yeah.
Okay, well, it looks like we got a one shot. I'll just say they got my man's fired. And Jeff Saturday is the coach now. He's never coached football except high school. That's my one shot. Yo, Bill Belichick, you evil.
Yeah, my one shot on this one is going to be 9 for 60. Sam Ehlinger sacked 9 times for 60 yards. What in the hell was going on with that offensive line?
But it's Matt Ryan's fault, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. My one shot, they brought in Jeff Saturday when they had Reggie Wayne on the staff. I don't know how he got. So Reggie Wayne's clearly had. He's got a waiver for the team. They just brought in Jeff Saturday, someone who hasn't coached a day in his life outside of high school.
He's got a presidential position in the organization. He's got an office already.
I mean, I'm tired of these people getting chances at coaching who have no experience, honestly.
Listen, we all learned from the Kevin James movie Home Team that if you can coach a high school team to the championship, you can win the Super Bowl.
Nah, you had someone in the wings who was a part of the organization for years that you could have elevated, and you brought in someone who had no professional coaching experience before. I'm really getting tired of this situation. They did the same thing with Steve Nash in Brooklyn. It's starting to get old.
We know what it is, Trey. We don't need to say it, but I agree. I concur 1,000% why it happened.
Yeah, I don't want to dive too further into it, but it's sickening to me.
You can go back into the Wire annals and hear a conversation on exactly why the hell that's going on and how it still hasn't changed in late 2022, still dealing with the same bullshit.
And why Jeff Bezos and Jay-Z are going to collaborate. We know why Jeff Bezos is collaborating with Jay-Z. Let's be honest.
Right.
Well, we're going to have to do a Patreon episode about Jeff Bezos because I got some words for the man, actually. All right. So the Jets and the Bills, Jets got this one 20-17. You guys want to pass it? You want to play it or you want a one shot?
We're playing this.
We got to play this.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Whoever wants it.
I'll start off. The Jets have not been a a walkover team this entire year. They played hard. We all thought that they were going to fold after they lost Bryce Hall. But they didn't. Zach Taylor still has a lot going up to do. He turns the ball over way too much. He tries to do the young gunslinger thing and turn everything into a big play. And he's just got to learn how to throw it away. But other than that, they're scrappy. They have a good defense. And the Bills came in there like they were big shit. They were talking shit last week with Green Bay. And you can tell they're not focused. And hopefully this loss gets them to the path to where they need to be back on, where they started the season off, and back into playoff contention because they lost a little focus. Because they were playing very sloppy football. The defense can't save your quarterback, and your wide receiving crew needs to step up.
I'm gonna say, I mentioned him a couple times, but Sauce Gardner, baby, man, my boy out of Cincinnati. He is a beast. And to Trey's point, this Jets defense is really carrying them. I really like what the pick up from James Robinson. He was a Jacksonville running back that originally was a starter last year and fell out of favor for the more versatile electric guy. But James Robinson is a solid pickup. They ran the ball. And to Trey's point, I'm not going to talk about Zach Wilson. He's got things he's got to learn, but they're running the ball well, and they got a great defense. When you have that, you can win games, and that's what they did. This is an electric Buffalo team. Everyone talks about they looked unstoppable in most games they have, but sometimes you're going to get punched in the face, and this is what happened. They weren't ready for it. They weren't ready to be guarded man coverage, like no problem. This team is not used to that. And this is a wake-up call. This is, okay, you're not going to steamroll people. And in these closeout games, you can't get cute with it. And Josh Allen can't be your running back, in the playoffs. He's doing it in the regular season, but let's be honest here. If Josh Allen is the guy carrying 9-10 carries in the playoffs, they're going to be in trouble. They might win a game or two, but that's not going to work long-term. He's, I love Lamar Jackson, and I'm not trying to compare them. They're kind of different. Josh is bigger. But Lamar is a little more electric. I expect Lamar to be utilized that way. And we're going to talk about Justin Fields in a little bit about being utilized for rushing. But this, not that Josh Allen can't, but if he's doing that, you got to get Singletary involved more. And I think that's what this is. It's too much relying on Josh Allen to make plays. This was not a good game for him. And that's what he said, right? The quarterback sucked. It's hard to win when the quarterback sucked. And he started with himself. But at the end of the day, the wide receivers let him down. They couldn't get open on man coverage, and Singletary didn't get opportunities. So they got to have a more balanced offense. Let's hope they do it. I keep hearing this Odell Beckham Jr. rumblings, but Dallas wants him, so we'll see. This team is great. They just need to focus. This was a one of these playoff type games, so they just need to be ready that they're going to run into a defense that can handle them. And so it's good for them that it was in the middle of the season and not at the end. So hopefully they learn from it. But hey, man, the Jets are playing their butts off, and it's cool to see.
I think they needed a loss. I think that a good loss of the loss is good. I don't understand. I don't think that they're going to go 17. I don't think any team is. That's really hard to do. But they needed this loss to kind of refocus.
For sure, Sahe?
I agree.
Yeah, this is a division game. So the division games are always tough. And it just showed me something watching this game and seeing how it unfolded, that the New York Jets, the guys in the front office, the scouting department, player development is doing an amazing job, especially building a team that can compete for that division title year in and year out. Nobody expected the Jets to do anything. Like Richie pointed out, Sauce Gardner's a rookie this year. They've got another rookie that I've seen got a sack on Josh Allen, Jermaine Johnson. They've been built to win. And Zach Wilson doesn't have to be Superman for them to do it. I thought they were dead when Breece Hall got injured. I thought Breece Hall was their main offensive weapon, so to speak. But they've got Michael Carter, they traded for James Robinson out of Jacksonville. And they got Ty Johnson out there making some big plays. And on the offensive side, like on the receiver side, they've got good talent. So I was just really, really, really impressed with this Jets team because once Breece Hall got injured, I thought it was a wrap for them. And they came up big. They've got great coaching. So the Bills messed up. Everybody's saying Josh Allen was the MVP. If y'all like Justin likes to say, go back in the annals of the Wire episodes or whatever, and you'll see us talking about it. You see me, one of the ones saying like, no, Josh Allen isn't the guy. He's gonna be fucking going down with the foosball and his friends, but it's going to be a tight division race. We've got a lot of them in the NFL right now. Some unexpected stories, a lot of unexpected stories. So I like to see where this takes off. I'm just not sold on the Bills yet. Let's just cruise it.
I don't know about going down. I don't know about you.
They going down. This loss is going to spiral them into depression.
You make it seem like Josh Allen hit his peak and he ain't going to do nothing better from here. I don't think that's the case at all. I think you're taking it a step too far. But
he's going to start hitting.
We'll see.
He's going to start hitting the bottle. He's going to start getting drunk before a game.
To me, MVP is Jalen Hurts, but regardless of Josh Allen's play in this game. But
if we being honest, if I had to take the MVP right now, the person who's playing the best right now is probably Geno Smith.
Oh no, no slander on Geno for sure.
He's system quarterback, man.
Oh my God.
We're gonna see next week.
73%.
We're gonna see next week.
73%.
Okay, he throwing check downs and 5 yard out.
Tom Brady's ever done, and no slander on Tom Brady, but Tom Brady.
But part 3.
All right, let's move on. This
is part 3 of Tom Brady slander.
Tom Brady slander, but we all know what he does.
But ... Vikings and the Washington Commanders, 20-17 Minnesota. You guys want to pass it? You want to play it, or you want a one shot?
Like that.
I'll say at least one shot.
All right.
Yeah, one shot it.
All right.
Yeah, we can one shot old Kinfolk Kurt, man. My
Kurt Cobain.
Kurt, my man, Kinfolk Kurt come through. It was the one that caught game though, so you already know he's gonna shine.
Yep, that's when he shines. You're right.
And that's my one shot.
Okay.
I was waiting. Well, here's what I'll say. I'm just going to say one thing. Obviously, Kirk did all right, but I was expecting more from them. Yes, it's the first week with TJ Hawkinson, but that was a big pickup to me. He's a talented tight end, and they already have every weapon he could possibly need. And adding a tight end who's arguably top 5, easily top 10. I wish at least production this year. Very disappointed that they barely squeezed it out against the Commanders, who are not exactly the cream of the crop. So even though this is a team that's doing well, I'm not really sold on them being anywhere, obviously because of their quarterback, which is what Trey is alluding to. But, whatever. It was a game.
Absolutely.
Eagles and Vikings sitting in a tree. They all tops of their divisions and whatever. I tried to rhyme it, but I couldn't come up with nothing. But yeah. Yeah, man, who would have thought this, right? And the Commanders are winning. I'm yeah, the Vikings' true colors. But then, yeah, they really showed their true colors. They're a great team right now, and watch out for them.
Should have hit him with the W-I-N and I-N-G.
Yeah.
I'm learning all these years of friendship, and I got one right. All right. This is the Wire Sports Podcast finale of season 8. We're going to be right back after a quick break. Hey, go check out our link in the bio. Go see all of our stuff. Support all the shows here at H2G Radio, and we'll be right back. Welcome back to the Wire Sports Podcast here on H2G Radio. You saw the commercials. If you like what you see and you want to go check out those shows or be involved, hit the link tree below. Let us know. Give us a message. We're here. We want more people and we want to keep growing. All right. So we are doing the NFL rundown here on the Wire Sports Podcast. Casual ads these days. I'm just really casual with my ads. The Bengals and the Panthers talked a little bit off air. You guys want to pass it, play it, or one shot? Bengals took this one 42-21.
I think one shot.
I think we're one shot in this.
Yep.
All right. Whoever wants it first.
All I'm gonna say is 35-0 first half. Bengals. God damn, they beat them boys.
Yeah. I mean, 30, that pretty much sums up the game. I'm going to say this. They are 0-3 in their own division, right? We can talk about the hype of this team. They're going to clearly have to make it in the wild card. I just want to give a quick rundown. If this team's going to work without Chase, they're going to have to beat, well, the Steelers, they should win. So we're not going to go there. But after that is the Titans, the Chiefs, the Browns, who they just got destroyed by, the Buccaneers, the Patriots, the Bills, and the Ravens. So if they're going to get in the playoffs, they're going to have to earn it. That's all I'm going to say.
We talked about a little bit off air. We talked about it a little bit off air, but my one shot goes out to Joe Mixon. Welcome to the season. Nice to see you. Nice to see that you're still alive. That you're very capable of running the ball. I know that 3.8 yards per carry. Somehow he took his spinach from Popeye, and he actually figured out how to play football. Welcome back, Joe Mixon. If I'm not mistaken, a lot of people are very disappointed in picking you up for fantasy, but you can't perform this week.
That's right.
So, yeah, hopefully you can continue this on with Jamar Chase being out, because they're going to need you.
Yeah, by all means, score 53 fantasy points a week the rest of the season. That'll be great. He's on my team, just in case that wasn't evident. The Raiders and the Jaguars. Jaguars got this one 27-20. You guys want to pass, play, or one shot?
I'll say at least one shot. Yeah.
All right. Whoever.
Yeah, that's cool.
Okay.
Okay.
My one shot is.
Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead, Richie.
I was just going to say this. Dear Lord, Josh McDaniels, it's painful. This is a team, I know we talk about on paper and paper champions, reminds me of the Dallas Cowboys, the season of them, or in general. This team is too talented to be letting these games go by, getting drubbed, not performing. It's frustrating. You had Devontae, which he's on my fantasy, but that's not the point. You had Devontae doing extremely well. And then in the second half, you threw to him twice the rest of the game. What are you doing? This is horrible. I can't believe... I was excited to watch this Raiders team, and now I'm just please, this man needs to go. This team is too talented to be 2-6. This is insane.
This is my one shot. The Jaguars are going to be a tough out. I know their record says that they're 3-6, but they play hard. And it looks like it seems like they're putting it together and they're figuring it out, because if you look from the beginning of the season to now, they were getting blown out, and now these are less than a touchdown losses that they're taking on. Their defense is stepping up. Sunshine is putting a good quarterback in season together. They got the weapons on offense. I mean, and they're just going to be a tough out. So look out for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Next year, I'm saying that they're going to make it to the playoffs.
Well, they got a wide receiver for next year, too.
They do. I'm not going to talk about that because I feel some kind of way, and I'm really upset that you brought it up. And I wasn't going to say anything about that, Richie, and I feel like you're just doing it on purpose. I feel like you're doing it on purpose.
You know what's ironic? He literally bet on the Falcons to beat the Jaguars, and now he's on the Jaguars.
And he should be suspended for that game next year, too. And that's just how I feel about it. But no, but in all seriousness, the Jacksonville Jaguars is somebody that you're going to have to take seriously. And they have a schedule coming up. I think they play the Chiefs next week. And that could be that could be the Jets game for them next week. If
it could be a trap game if they're not ready.
It could be a trap game for them.
Sahe?
Oh man, where do you start with this game? The Oakland Raiders, they just don't have
Las Vegas
weapons. They don't have anybody to bring the pressure off Devontae Adams. He still had a great game, 10 catches, almost 150 yards, 2 touchdowns. But man, he can't. I thought Darren Waller was going to be a guy, but he's just not available. So they don't have any weapons. They're struggling. And I bet Devontae Adams wishes he could go get back to Green Bay.
All right. Moving on along. The Dolphins and the Bears, or the Bears, however we're supposed to say it. The Dolphins got this one 35-32. You guys want to pass it, play it, or one shot?
At least one shot or play. That's what I like.
I'm down to play it because I got something to say about both teams, really.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Let's play it.
I know I was saying Geno Smith as a MVP candidate, but we're gonna have to throw Tua in there too, or maybe even Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill is playing like a man amongst boys. I mean, it's not even like he's just fast. He's fast and he's a football player, so it's not like I can't even describe it. Because usually your speedsters are kind of frail. He's not that at all. He's not frail at all. Tua's finding the open receivers. It just so happens that his arm isn't strong enough for his receivers. But he's getting into them anyway. Chicago's putting things together. I'm not a big fan of what's the quarterback's name? What's his name?
Justin Fields?
I'm not a big fan of Justin Fields. I feel like he needs to get his I feel like he can't throw strikes. I feel like he floats everything for whatever reason. It feels like it takes so long for his balls to get to his receivers. But that running game that they have is legit. And both of these teams are really coming along.
Okay, I gotta go next because I've been blasting Justin Fields, and I also said this would never happen. Would it actually coach around his skill set? I mean, look what happened when they did. It's been insane. What did he have? 176 yards rushing, I think. I was looking at it.
Yeah.
176. David Montgomery had more carries and had 40 total on 16 carries. This is what they need to do with him. If you're a Bears fan, this little glimmer of hope is what you're hoping for. You're hoping for this kind of offense and this style. This Baltimore Ravens, work it around this kid. We've all been saying this is what he, and what's weird is in college, he didn't just float it, but I agree with you. His ball is not a good catchable ball because it's too lofty. It takes too long to get there. He doesn't have that zippy needs. Michael Vick could just do this, right? Because the reason why I'm bringing him up is people are comparing Justin Fields to Michael Vick because Justin Fields broke Michael Vick's single season game record by a quarterback running. But the difference is Vick could flick his wrist and that thing would go 60 yards like a bullet. And Justin Fields just does. At least it's not there yet. I'm not saying he can't get there, but definitely has a deficit in that arm strength right now. I'm not disputing what you're saying with Tyreek, but I want to lean more to Tua, and here's why. Jalen Waddle is also these two, Hill and Waddle, are literally about to do something that hasn't been done in 20 years, right? They're both about to get over, 1,600 yards. These guys are phenomenal. Hill's on pace to get over 2,000, and Waddle's 1,850. And this kid's last year was a rookie, right? And anyway, and I drafted him because I had him last year and this year. Anyways, point being is you got fantastic wide receivers, and I agree with you that Tua doesn't. These guys would be doing even better if it wasn't Tua and it was somebody with more of a cannon, right? If you had a Justin Herbert or a Patrick Mahomes or Joe Burrow,
5,000 yards easy.
5,000. That's what I mean. Easy. These guys would be 2,300 a pop, honestly. But you still have to give it to Tua, and here's what I mean. After all the adversity, all the shit talking last year, his former coach, all these things saying he can't do it. You have your new coach come in and say, "We got you, man." And nobody's. I don't think anyone's saying Tua's the guy yet. but you have to at least give this kid props because it was tank for Tua and then he was a bust, right? That's how everyone treated him and everyone viewed him. His new coach from the 49ers offensive coordinator gave him a new shot. They did the right things. They grabbed Tyreek. And like you said, I want to point this out. I thought Tyreek was just a cheat. They call him Cheetah. I thought he was just a fast guy. And oh man, he was, because of Kelsey, he could just take advantage of going deep.
Right.
And I got to take my words back. Yeah, Travis Kelsey is amazing, but Tyreek Hill doesn't need anybody. He doesn't need anybody.
He's a football player.
He's a football player. Jalen Waddle's fast, and you would think you usually want that fast guy, and then maybe you want the tall guy, right? But no, you got two fast guys, no tall guy. Doesn't matter, it's still working. And Tua can't even throw it deep to them for them to take advantage of their speed. Insane, great coaching, great play all around. And, this was a good game by the Bears. Hopefully they'll keep it up. I'm excited to watch Miami. We talked about it at the beginning of the season. This is a prolific offense. I can't imagine what they're going to look like next year. Crazy.
We haven't even started talking about Mostert in the running game because that running game is crazy too.
Yeah, they got him for free from the 49ers.
Yeah, you play in that too deep shell, and all of a sudden they'll scorch you on the line.
You're right.
It's a very prolific offense. I just think that they need to tailor it more towards what Tua is good at, and he can't throw far enough for those two.
I agree.
All right,
they got to work around him.
Hear me out. Find a way to get Waddle, Hill, and Ben Roethlisberger to throw it to him. He'll stand there for 9 minutes waiting for him to get down.
Hey, I'll tell you what, Tyreek Hill's a football player. He'd still make it work. I mean it. He would have gotten, even with Ben's corpse, he would have gotten 1,500 yards with Ben's corpse. Easy.
Sahe.
I'm not sold on the Dolphins, but they have that division. You got the Dolphins 6-3, the Patriots 5-4. I think the Jets are 5-2 or something, 5-3, and then you got the
Bills. Jets and the Dolphins both beat the Bills. Yeah.
So that's going to be an amazing division. If you're letting a team like the Bears hang around on you, you're not going to be, especially come playoff time. It looks good and cute during the regular season, but I don't think the way they play is championship winning football. But it looks good. Tua is the product of great receiving core guys that you don't like. They can burn you deep. They can, which isn't Tua's strong point. His strong point is accuracy and reading the defense and making quick decisions. So he's able to do that with those guys, get them ball short and they can run after catch, make guys miss and things like that. But I'm not completely sold on him, especially come playoff time. Mostert doesn't scare me as a runner. They traded for Wilson Jr. He's not a world beater running back. And on the other side, with the Chicago Bears, I feel like both of you guys are wrong in your assessment of Justin Fields, not wanting to give him the credit. I felt like in the draft class that he came out with, who was it? The number one guy, Trevor Lawrence. I felt like he was leagues better than Trevor Lawrence. But like Richie was saying, you do.
You think Trevor Lawrence is better? You think Justin Fields is better than Trevor Lawrence?
Leaps and bounds better than Trevor Lawrence,
bro.
In college,
no, I think he's saying that right now.
No, just his arm talent, his ability to run 178 yards on the ground running, and he threw for 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. And who is he throwing to? Chase Claypool and Darren Mooney? He really doesn't have any weapons out there, and he's making this Bears team look okay. They're competing with teams that are top of the division. Well, let this Bears team get some talent out there and watch what Justin Fields does.
What's the Bears record right now?
It's 3-6.
Okay. What's Jacksonville's record right now?
3-6.
Okay, so what do you mean?
What do you mean? What I mean?
You're saying that he's better. He's leaps and bounds better. They're both 3-6.
Leaps and bounds better.
They're
But
both
the Bears
The
are.
only
The
issue
Bears
with him
are.
is that he can't throw.
The
Hold
Bears
on.
are a way worse team than the Jaguars, talent-wise.
That's what I'm gonna go with. Like, here's my thing, Trey. Here's my thing. We just discussed and you even said Jacksonville is getting better and they're a team, right? Like, that's what we were discussing. And I'm not trying to say you're wrong. I'm just pointing out. I agree that Jacksonville's better than Chicago. Chicago is abysmal in offense. They have the worst offensive line in football. They have no wide receivers. They were desperate. They traded for a Chase Claypool who can't catch a colt, let alone the football, honestly. So when he's your best wide receiver, like, I'm sorry, they got nothing. You know, like, to me, Jacksonville is on the up and up. They got a talented, like, electric running back. Honestly, my thing with Trevor Lawrence is that guy. I'm not saying he's good. I'm not saying he's bad. I'm just saying it's early. And in Clemson, he was a turnover machine, even though he was still good. And he's still a turnover machine, in my opinion. Now, I'm not saying he's leading the league in interceptions. But what I am saying is, you know, he's a 2-to-1 guy, right? Like, he's not like a 3-to-1 guy. And so that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think it's absurd to say Justin Fields is in the same category, if not better, than Trevor, just because, like, it's hard to compare Justin to Trevor because Justin's team is so bad. Like, I agree with you. His arm strength looks weird in the NFL. He wasn't throwing like that in college, and I'm not a huge Justin Fields fan. I wasn't in college, and I'm not now. But they're different quarterbacks in different positions, like situations.
Sahe was saying that he's leaps and bounds better. And even in college, when he went from Georgia to Ohio State, I was glad when he left Georgia because of the way he throws the Ohio State. He was Ohio State, and I was upset. I was okay with it because of the way he throws.
The Ohio State.
It was worse in college. He threw all floaters, and even in college, I felt like. And it hasn't changed, and I hope it does change, but he's got to learn how to throw strikes, and he's got to learn different arm angles. That's the only way he's going to be able to survive. I mean, he's going to be running for his life. He's going to be running for his life, and he's going to start getting picked off.
I'll say this much. I'm not disagreeing with the passing part of it, but again, if he's not turning the ball over, it doesn't really matter, right? Like,
he's running for 178 yards. Of course he's not turning the ball over.
But what I'm saying is, even the whole season, he's not really throwing picks like crazy. He had one bad game. But I'm just saying, like, hold on. I could be wrong. Sorry, we're going to do this live, guys. This is a live show. I'm just curious. Let's take a look at Justin Fields. Let's just look. Let's look at his stats because I believe Trevor Lawrence is 11-6, 11 touchdowns and 6 interceptions. So let's look at Fields. Fields this season has 10-6. So he has thrown one less touchdown for the same amount of interceptions, in my opinion, with less talent, while also like running for like 500 yards. So again, I'm not saying that makes him better than Trevor Lawrence, but that makes him comparable with, at least in my opinion, less talent.
I understand. I'm just saying that he's not leaps and bounds better than. That's the argument I make.
I'm just trying to stay right down the center because we have the left and the right. We have Justin Fields' ass and Justin Fields' God. So I'm just like, all right, let's like right down the center.
I'm not saying he's ass. He's clearly. I'm not saying he's ass. I particularly don't like his throwing motion. It bothers me, but he's not ass. I understand that.
I'm just saying you're talking about his arms like a wet noodle. You know, I'm just like, that sounds like he ass.
I mean,
if Justin Fields could throw to himself, he would be leading his team in receiving.
And kick field goals. What was the quarterback?
Slash.
He needs to go to Marcus Mariota and learn how to pass to him.
Yeah.
The Ohio State University.
Stop with that.
All right. Seattle and Arizona went at it. The Seahawks came on top 31-21 over the Cardinals. Pass play or one shot.
I'm done a one shot.
I'm down for a one shot.
Let's do it.
All right, the majority's in. Who wants it?
I'll start. I already know who's going where with this, but I'm going to start it off with Gino, of course, because you got to talk about Gino. Gino is having a great season. It's just unfathomable to me. You know, he throws that interception, whatever. It doesn't even matter. I'm going to just start dropping dimes. To Trey's point, what was it? Is he like 73% completions? He is having a resurgence. I'm all for it. I feel like so often, especially with black quarterbacks, they get one chance and then that's freaking it, like almost always. So I'm all about Geno having this opportunity. It's kind of funny seeing the buyer's remorse with Denver and Russell Wilson. And I'm not trying to say Russell is playing like his ass, but he's playing like it. And Geno's looking like how Russ was looking last year in his career. So who knows? Maybe that's more of a Pete Carroll thing, but congratulations to Geno Smith, man. He's been playing phenomenal. I think we heard a possible MVP talk with that. I would not slander that at all. He is looking incredible. And he had another one of those games. Threw that interception. Who cares? Won this game. They're playing great. And I love watching Geno be successful. It's really good to see.
Who wants it?
I was gonna go the same ways. I don't think that he's anywhere near the MVP talks, but I think he should be. Geno Smith is playing amazing, and so is Kenny Walker, and that defense, and they're really coming up big when they need to.
Sahe?
You know who was the leading receiver for the Seahawks in this game? I'll tell you, it was Noah Fant. It was Noah Fant, a guy they picked up in the trade for Russell Westbrook, out there doing big things. And then you throw in DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett. Those guys are all pro caliber receivers. So I know Geno gets all the praise and he's doing his thing. They wrote him off, but he ain't right back kind of thing. But he's got a talented roster out there. And Kenneth Walker is just like the icing on the cake. He's exactly what they needed. He kind of gives you that beast mode ish kind of vibe that they had during their Super Bowl run, because that's what really got them there. Will help get them there is a fire running game. So yeah, that's, you love to see it, but it's going to come to an end here in London next week. They're going to be down pretty bad. And the Cardinals, man, oh my gosh, since Trey fell off, I'm going to just keep it going a little bit.
Just keep it going.
What's wrong with the Cardinals? You got an answer? I don't.
I got nothing. This is a team I did not expect to be 3-6. I did not expect any of this. Kyler Murray's trying his darndest. He did that contract. He's studying film now.
I actually have a message here from Arizona sent into the wire. Let me go ahead and.
And that was a disgraceful performance, in my opinion. I do.
That's what happened.
In my opinion, that sucked. What's that? Playoffs? Don't talk about playoffs. You kidding me? Playoffs? I just hope we can win a game.
Never gets old. Jim Mora on the wire. Okay, let's move over to another team that was anticipating playoffs. The Rams and the Bucks went at it. Two Super Bowl winning teams. Big blowout. No, I'm just kidding. This was Buccaneers 16 over the Rams 13. Pass player one shot.
One shot.
I'm so okay with passing this.
We're one shot for sure.
Okay, we're
All
in the
right,
one
Sahe,
shot.
please give us the knowledge, and then we'll do our thing after.
All right, y'all want the knowledge, man?
I want the knowledge.
Vintage throwback Tom Brady. You seen that? Last minute, no timeouts. It's been going rough all game. Tom Brady said, turn back the clock, started slinging that thing, and took it on home. It was beautiful, but at the same time, like, who am I kidding? Like, these are two sorry ass teams, and the more sorry team found a way to lose. That's what this game is. Nobody won this game. The Rams found a way to lose. questionable decisions. So I'm just glad it was in favor. It felt good to finally get a win after 3 losses in a row.
Hey, I'll say this: they're 4-5, and they're sorry, but they're in first place. So
First place, baby.
I'll just say this: from my perspective, I've always given this man the love he deserves and the roses and the flowers. But guess what? Aaron Donald, come on, brother. This is not his year. And, as far as the offense is concerned, their line is having problems. But this Rams defense is what we always talked about. They're never statistically number one, but they're always scary. And this is not a team on either side of the ball that's intimidating. I still think Tampa Bay has plenty of time to try to work it out because of their division. Whereas the Rams don't have that luxury, quite frankly. And I don't see a scenario this team pulls it together. So this was a game where I'm shocked it came down to that legendary 100,000-yard Tom Brady, vintage Tom Brady thing. But because even though the Bucs are bad, the Rams are fucking worse. This team sucks. This team is awful. I'm all about the Rams, but this team sucks. We were making fun of the Bengals the first couple weeks because how bad they look, but dear Lord, this team looks even worse on the Super Bowl hangover. This is pathetic. Odell Beckham Jr. is not going to this team. This team sucks. Dunzo.
Trey, you got a one shot?
I'm a one shot. To Richie's point, the Rams suck. They got a Super Bowl hangover, and I don't want to do any Tom Brady slander, but my man was 36 of 58 for 280 yards. I want you guys to understand how bad that is. He threw for 36 times. He had 36 completions and didn't throw for 300 yards.
Hey man, he just went through a divorce. Okay, you gotta leave this man.
I don't want to hear it.
Aaron Donald in his face all game. You want to throw the ball in front of Aaron Donald?
Yes, yeah, he's done it before. I don't want to hear that.
Hey, how many drops did the Bucs have yesterday? I think
I don't care. My guy threw 58 times. What have we all been saying? They need to run the ball. Absolutely, they need to run the ball. They got to figure, or if you're not running the ball, you better manufacture some screens. But to throw the ball 58 times, have 36 completions, and only throw the ball for 280 yards, that's piss poor. That's just what that is. That's just what that is. Of course, he did his Tom Brady thing, and he took the drive down the field, hit Scotty Miller, and all that. Great. But if we're looking at his numbers, they have to be better.
Sounds a lot.
And he's
like
only
Tom Brady.
No, because we're holding Tom Brady to a championship standard. Tom Brady is there for Super Bowls. That's the only reason he's this age, playing this game for this long, and this is not going to cut it. He's possibly not going to even make it out of his division.
Wait a
They
second.
have to figure it out.
Trey is on Team Giselle, clearly. Holy cow. You know what, man?
I'm
You
not
gotta chill.
I've
You
got
gotta
He ain't
chill.
lying.
This game, they won.
Sahe,
It
am I
wasn't a great
lying though?
performance.
Sahe,
He ain't
am I lying?
He ain't lying. The numbers do got to be better. We need at least 4 touchdowns throwing the ball 58 times.
I mean, I agree with both.
That's all I'm saying.
Come on. This man's life is going down the gutter. This team, this offensive line is almost as bad as Chicago. Leave this poor man. He's 47 years old. Actually, he's 45. But he's 40, almost 50 years old, man.
So what you describing as a grown man who made his own decisions?
Wait a second.
better.
Hey.
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm
Listen.
saying.
Hey,
I've got a
this
theory.
man deserves more respect than that.
He gets it every day. No Tom Brady slander. I'm just calling it how I see it. And how I see it is you can't throw the ball 36 times and only have 280 yards.
Listen,
It's on
it's
Byron
a curse.
Leftwich. It's on Byron Leftwich, not
Enough
Tom Brady.
being all this, enough being right, man. Can't take
Yeah.
this anymore.
Give me Sahi's conspiracy cap. I got one for you. It's the
Go ahead.
curse. Don't think or speak the words retirement because you don't come back. Aaron Donald, Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, Peyton Manning, Brett Favre.
Don't you put Aaron Donald in there, man. He's got 5
You
sacks
said
in a
it
game.
yourself.
Hey, what I said was he is not Aaron Donald, the greatest defensive tackle ever. He's just Aaron
You said
Donald,
the R word, man.
a good guy. 5
Who would
sacks
you rather
in a
take
game.
now? Aaron Donald or Von Miller?
Aaron Donald.
Aaron Donald.
I'll still take Aaron Donald.
Right now.
Doesn't matter. Still take Aaron Donald.
That R word.
Guys,
don't say the R word.
That's just like saying like Derrick Henry hadn't had a good season and all these other guys were just waxing him. Well, look what's happening. He's coming right back. It's the same thing with Aaron Donald. This is half the season, boys. This boy could go off for 12 sacks in the next 8 games. This is Aaron Donald.
I said right now.
Slander this man.
I said right now. Right now, you would take. Right now, I would take Von Miller over Aaron Donald.
No.
I won't go that far, but I will say I'm worried for Aaron Donald because the R word curse looks a little suspicious.
No.
The R word, don't say it. Don't even think it.
Guys, I gotta say this. Y'all killing me on this Aaron Donald slander. This is slander at this point. I just said he's not goating it like he does every single season. This man, now one man is playing on fire. Matthew Judon, he's 11.5. He's leading the pack. But when you take him out of the equation with the rest of the league, he's 2 sacks behind the rest of the league. It's not like he's fucking failing, and he's still being doubled and tripled at a 70% rate. I'm just saying, normally he would have 8 sacks right now instead of 5. So that's 3 worse, which isn't god awful. It's not like he's falling off the wagon, and Von Miller's not lighting it up, guys. Like, where's Von Miller on here? 8 in sacks? Michael Parsons has more sacks.
Vita Vea.
Von Miller has what? 8 sacks. He has 3 more than a nose tackle. Let's compare him to some linebackers, right? Like Zadarius Smith has 8.5. Nick Bosa has 8.5. Michael Parsons has the exact same amount, you know? Like we just talked about, Matthew Judon has 11.5. Like, it's not that big of a deal. Aaron Donald's going to self-correct. I love Von Miller. I'm not shitting on Von Miller. I'm just saying Aaron Donald is literally the greatest defensive tackle of all time. Von Miller is not going to be the greatest linebacker. It's just not going to happen. So I'll take Aaron Donald right now. You muted, Trey. I know you want to say something. So unmute.
Aaron Donald.
I said he's greatest defensive tackle of all time.
Yes, all time. No, all time. All time.
That's a goat alert. If you're slowing it down, all right. We got it to start off season 9.
Bring Deacon. Let's go. Let's get him in here.
Season 9, kicking it off with the GOAT for nose tackle of all time. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
No, he said defensive tackle.
Go for it. You can even have You can even have DT. You can even have DT. It doesn't have to be nose tackle. You can have Deacon Jones. I know that the smartest thing anybody can do is Deacon Jones. Put Deacon Jones on there. Go ahead and throw Deacon Jones in there.
Okay.
And Randall, John Randall. Those are the only 2 we can even have this discussion with.
Let us
I can think of a couple others.
Dude, you crazy.
All right, bring him under. We're about to run out. I do have a new thing this week because we have 2 games. One's going on right now. We never covered Monday night. That's Ravens Saints. Ravens just tearing it up 17-3. The new thing I want to do here, and we're going to do it next season too. We're going to leave one game up to you. It's time for you to play. We're passing. Go on over to YouTube, wherever you're listening or watching now. Go over to YouTube, hop in the comment section. We're going to try to get in there as well. We want to talk about the Chiefs and the Titans. Chiefs got this one 20-17. Let us know what you think.
In overtime,
OT, it was a good game. Anything else from anybody before we wrap up the season here? We're going to do a quick final thoughts.
Goat alert next week. Let's go.
Goat alert to start it off.
Trey's ready too. He's muted.
Goat alert next week.
Goat alert. Let's go.
I already know who I'm going to go to.
It didn't sound like it was Deacon Jones or John Randall. I am curious who Trey's got. Ooh, nope.
He's got an obvious choice.
We'll
see.
Can I put Troy? Can I put Troy in this conversation?
Tampa Bay Buccaneer. That's who I'm going with.
Plays a different position, but
he gave us a little hint. Okay. All right, we'll have those combos.
Okay,
I'm looking forward to it.
Don't miss the season opener of season 9. Officially the longest running podcast at H2G Radio. Speaking of H2G Radio, every Wednesday at 8 p.m. come to look for a new episode. If we're not on, hey, just take a look at our back page of 8 seasons of this beautiful show. So go check out all of the Wire Sports Podcast, H2G Podcast. The entire collection of 8 seasons as well is on there for you to peruse, as well as new episodes every Friday of Free Mess on Fridays. Sahe, Trey, and the group. It would take me 5 minutes to get through the your whole cast.
Shout out to Ray and D, man.
Yeah, Ray. Yeah, absolutely. And Saturday, we got True Crime for the Innocent Mind coming back real soon with a crazy start to the season, and some actors breakdown on Sunday, along with the entire collection of the Boss Dog podcast. If you want to get involved, justthosbestlive@gmail.com. Hit us up in the comments on YouTube. Anywhere that you find us, you can leave us a comment. We will get to you and help you be involved. Hey, it's been a great season. We'll see you next week. Live, laugh, love like it's your last. And stay classy. I don't even sign off anymore.
No, you don't.
Yeah.